small shop owner has bought in the Santa or in any Raitu Bazaar.
एक ही जगह पे मिलके those type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastics. Comparison, there are 3 types:
up, down, right, left.
I am not inferior to anyone.
We are Clara. We are top on the Everest. Congratulations.
I want to be a leader.
Hello, good afternoon everybody. Good afternoon all the social welfare residential institutions and principals, students along with the staff. Today I am very happy that this opportunity has given to all of your students in order to get 10 by 10 GPA to the social welfare students, and I am very anxiety and eagerly waiting for this moment. All the students who are waiting for these golden moments, just go through the points which are going to be given by one of our state resource person named SK Taj Babu sir, who is one of the state resource person and also SCRT member, and he is also our biology textbook writer. So let us have an interaction with our state resource person, who is going to give certain tips regarding the 10th class examinations and to achieve 10 by 10 GPA for the forthcoming annual examinations of 10th class. Sir, would you please
Sir, welcome to the discussion session, all of you. And there are slight changes in our question paper pattern too. There won't be any sub questions in the 4 marks questions from last year onwards. Questions from improve learning are questions from the textbook itself. You won't get the questions straight away, but the questions will be given in the different form.
Okay, sir, would you please tell me that how do you suggest the students to prepare for the forthcoming examinations?
Okay, sure. One more thing, and let me complete this one. Changes in the question paper pattern too.
Yes.
The part B will be given separately, half an hour before only. And in the academic standard 4 questions, 4 sub questions will be given, and you need to answer all the 4 questions at one place. These are the slight changes come in the your question paper. Coming to the how to prepare for the science paper 2. You need to read the textbook thoroughly several times instead of depending upon the any study material, guide or something else. So, you need to understand the concept thoroughly, and you need to read the textbook again and again, and you have to prepare your own questions based on the academic standards, and practice the diagrams with the labeling, and you have to know the functions of each part, because whenever you are drawing the labeling the diagram, you need to they will ask the one more any function of the labeled part. And also you need to practice the flow charts or flow diagrams for the different life process given in your textbook. And you have to prepare own questions chapter wise based on the concepts, and you have to prepare the questions based on given tables. So many tables are given in your textbook, so many graphs are there, line graphs are there, pie graphs are there, paragraphs are there.
So, all the information tables to be thoroughly.
You need to prepare your own questions. Yes. You have to take all the information, you have to prepare own questions, you have to practice those questions. And also for the academic standard 2 and academic standard 6 questions are there. You need to practice in the classroom itself.
So, that is for asking questions and
making hypothesis. And also in the 6th academic standard.
6th one aesthetic senses and values.
Yeah, daily life utility too.
Yes.
Prepare slogans. Okay, let us take example slogans on organ donation. You give a concept to the children. Ask the children to prepare slogans each one slogan.
Every student has to prepare.
So that they write all the slogans on the blackboard, so that they will prepare their own answer
On their own.
instead of by hearting or instead of
Yeah, we have to give
remembering
them, we
all
have to
these
assert
things.
them to prepare the slogans in every unit.
Yes. And this is the way to prepare for your examinations.
Sir, I would like to ask that what is the nature of the question supposed to be in the forthcoming board examinations?
Yes, sir. Nature of the questions, already we told, you won't get the questions straight away from the textbook.
Yeah.
You need to prepare the own questions based on the concepts. Maybe the questions may not be repeated in the examination, but the concept will be given in the different form. So, you have to prepare own questions according to different academic standards, and the questions will be open ended, so that you will get the multiple answers.
So, every concept or core concept should be prepared in such a way that they have to mind map themselves, and with that mind mapping they have to prepare the questions as well as the concept.
Yeah,
Multi-dimensional concept. That is
based on the concept, they have to prepare many questions.
Many questions.
Each question in such a way that the students can think and write the answers on their own.
Yes.
Okay, and not only that one, questions never be taken from any guide or question bank. Hence, I request all the teachers they should make the students to not to depend on them. Make them to prepare their own questions. Teacher must help the students to prepare in preparing the questions. And practicing all those questions.
Sir, another thing I would like to ask, sir. Actually, at the time of changing of the syllabus, that is from the old syllabus to the present CCE syllabus,
Yeah.
The blueprint has been given depending upon the academic standards, no sir?
Yeah.
And we have 7 academic standards, and out of those 7 academic standards, marks are being given depending upon certain standards. And how do we suspect or is there any expectations from a particular topic that this is essential for this topic or this is essential for this particular lesson?
Okay. If you see the blueprint at once, there won't be any certain weightage to any chapter. You cannot ignore any chapter, you cannot depend upon any single chapter. Let me conclude the previous question. The long answer questions should be analytical, without any linguistic mistakes, and suitable example should be given while writing the answers to the long answers. Okay. And while you are attempting the long answers, you should keywords should be there in your answer.
Sir, I would like to ask something. Only keywords are essential, or if any one of the student is not able to frame the lines, or is unable to complete the picture of the answer, or he is not able to give a scope for that answer, but only keywords are in that particular.
It's a good question. The last time in the March 2015 examination, what is the reason for urine color? I mean, it was given.
Why urine?
Urine is in
yellow in color.
Yellow in color. The keyword is Eurochrome.
Eurochrome.
Yeah, and many students they have written many things.
Yes.
Without, excluding the Eurochrome. If you
Sir, in case of essay questions, definitely there is a possibility of expecting that AS1, that is academic standard 1, and academic standard 3 and academic standard 4. So, whenever there is an expectation of these 3 standards from that particular blueprint, why don't we go for the core concept in that way, in certain way, in every topic, accordingly AS1 in every unit, AS3 in every unit, AS4 in every unit, so that they could have a idea of the questions, which type of essay questions supposed to expect.
Okay, see we cannot tell that from this chapter we will get this academic standard questions, this academic standards question from particularly. Let me tell this one. Once you see the blueprint on the screen, please. Blueprint for academic standard 1, 40% is weightage is given. That means
That is
in 40
conceptual understanding.
Yeah. For that, in the 40 marks paper, 16 marks are there. Okay, and it's same with the AS2 10 marks, and 10%, sorry, AS3 is 15%, AS4 is 15%, AS5 is 10%, AS6 is 10%, and marks are 16, 4, 6, 6, 4 and 4. This is fixed one.
Yes.
And last column total is also fixed one, and remaining the middle, the allotment of marks and different types of questions may vary from one paper to another paper. But the percentage of the academic standards, marks allotment, the number of questions will be in fixed manner only. Let us take example academic standard 5. There won't be there is no chance of giving 4 marks question, and same with the academic standard 2 and same with the academic standard 6. If they give 4 marks question here, and they won't get chance to give 2 marks question and 1 mark question, and same with others too. See here, if you give the diagram for the 4 marks, you won't get chance to give 2 marks question or 1 mark question or half mark multiple choice questions. So more or less this is the blueprint. The middle part will change. This is a flexible one, and the remaining first 3 columns won't change. Okay. And here the academic standard 2 and academic standard 5, these 2 academic standard questions you need to write on your own, because you won't find answers in the textbooks. You have to understand the concept well, and you have to analyze those things, and you have to write answers on your own.
If any student asks the logical type of questions, automatically we can assay that question and supposed to give those questions to all the students, how that student is supposed to pose that question, and you, why don't you people also try like that? If you try to give such a type of encouragement to the students, then there could be a chance for us to give the analogical what we call the logical thinking and analysis of the questions. No,
many times we are trying to give these type of questions, because if let us take example for any slogan or any daily life utility, all the answers may not be similar. We are giving lot of scope to open-endedness, so that the children can write their own answers, they can put
especially in case of AS2 and AS6 they have to write on their own.
Yeah.
So this is what generally our people or our students are thinking, or they are in a wrong perception that most of the questions are coming out of syllabus, or they are additional information, sir, why don't you give additional information, like that they are asking. But it is the concept which is behind and which is a part of the concept.
See, science always depends upon the hypothesis,
Yes.
guess. Hypothesis, to verify the hypothesis whether it is true or not, it is correct or not, you have to do experiment. And if the experiment, if it proves right, you will go further. If it won't proves, your hypothesis will, you have to modify that hypothesis, isn't it? And here we will ask the questions, or we will ask the whatever the questions based on the 2nd academic and 6th academic standard, based on the core concepts of the particular chapter. We are not giving from the outside syllabus. Okay, the questions related to those concepts only. We are not
Sir,
giving
what
from
I
outside.
supposed
But
to ask, sir, in these essay questions, no sir? AS1 is there.
Yeah.
AS1 is a conceptual understanding. For every lesson, whatever the concept is there, that is only the conceptual understanding.
Yeah.
If and so the student is very perfect or very keen in his conceptual understanding of that particular chapter,
Yeah.
automatically he can give that answer.
Sure.
Whatever
definitely.
the unit it may
Yeah.
be. That is what I am supposed to be project we can expect.
Yeah, if he knows the concept very well, he can assume, he can think, he can what we call, you can able to ask the questions about that particular one.
Yes.
Okay, but those things are not there in your textbook. You have
those
to
things
do
are
on
not
your
there.
own.
And moreover, for
don't
the
you think
academic
that
standard 3 is there also, no, sir?
don't you think that these are the outside one, out of syllabus?
Yes.
These are from the textbook itself, and they are based on the concepts only. But you won't find answers straight away in the textbook. So you don't you think that they are from the out of syllabus? They are related to the concepts only.
Concepts. And one more thing, sir. In AS3, experimentation and field investigation is there, no, sir? And in that 3rd standard, if we give or assert the student first labeling or label parts are given to the student and try to draw the diagram and place these labeled words on that particular diagram, indicating the particular diagram,
Yeah.
or try to give them a diagram and initiate them to label it. So, it is the practice which is to be given to the students, so that they can easily grasp every diagram in that particular chapter, and moreover if any experiment is there, and why do not we give aim, procedure and inference to write on their own by looking or by seeing into that experiment and their label parts. Is it possible, sir?
Yeah, sure. See, we are asking the teacher to open the textbook and read it,
Yes.
and know the procedure of that experiment. To do the experiment, he has to know what is the procedure and apparatus required for it. And we are not in any experiment, we have not given any final conclusion, observations, or they are given in the form of questions only.
Yes.
You need to do the experiment, you have to find the results, and you have to observe, you have to infer it. Let us take example, action of saliva on atta. There you won't find result, we have given the procedure only. There you have to perform the experiment in the laboratory, and you have to observe, and you have to give your conclusion.
Then only,
The student or
give
teacher knows
inference.
the
Yes.
final result.
Yes.
So, you have to do the experiment, you have to do all the experiment in your textbook, so that you can write the result, or you can write the examination very well on your own words. There is no need to by heart all these things. Okay. Let us take some of the academic standard wise questions. Yes. First one is, let us see on the your picture, on the screen, conceptual understanding. This academic standard indicates the entire concept of the given chapter. Under this academic standard, questions based on the description or explain some concepts, classifying the concepts, analyzing those concepts, giving example to the studied concept, and giving reasons, comparison, contrast of the different life processes in given our textbooks, and forming psychological maps, and these types of questions may be comes under conceptual understanding. Okay. And let us take examples, one or two examples are I have given over here. Explain or describe the structure of the excretory system in your human body. Write the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respirations, write the differences between veins and arteries, and give examples for the endocrine glands, and why pyramids are always upright. Write similarities between respiration and combustion. These are some of the example questions for conceptual understanding. And second academic study, as you said,
asking questions and
making hypothesis. You need to this academic standard is purpose of the introduction of this academic standard is children are able to hypothesize about the certain concepts or certain things while they are doing the experiment or something, and also they are able to ask the questions about those concepts. They have to ask the meaningful questions on the different concepts. For the sake of information, collection of the information, and they have to ask the questions while observing any phenomena in the nature. They have to ask the questions while
form of questionnaire also.
Conducting the interview with some experts, or while conducting the experiment, they have to able to ask the questions, and also to get the advices from the doctors, scholars, any eminent persons, teachers. They need to ask the questions so that they will improve their questioning ability. And here let us take example for one or two examples for the questions related to this academic standard. What questions will you ask? What questions will you get if you get a chance to meet thoracic surgeon about the cardiology problems? And imagine what happens if the carbon dioxide is absent in the atmosphere. Children, you won't get answers straight away from these questions in your textbooks. First question is, you have to ask the questions about cardiothoracic surgeon, about cardiology problems. Unless until you know, if you don't know the cardiology problem, heart problems, you cannot ask the questions to a cardiothoracic surgeon. And the second one is, what happens what happens if the carbon dioxide is absent in the atmosphere? What is the role of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? You have to know that first to answer this question. You have to then only you can imagine if the carbon dioxide is absent in the atmosphere. These two things are, you cannot find straight away answers from your textbook unless and until you know the concepts very well.
We can expect those questionnaires from every topic, no sir?
Yes, sir.
Instead of cardiologist, gastroenterologist,
Yeah,
or
pulmonologist is there, dietitian is
the
there,
urologist, or
neurologist
like that we can
is there,
expect.
many experts.
So, they have to convert them into each and every topic, so that
Yeah.
it is very useful for the students.
One more thing, there is no need to by heart these questions.
Questions, yes.
If the teacher prepares, put a discussion in the classroom, if they prepare questions in the based on different concepts, it is easy for them to write in the examination. And the second one also, imagine what happens if the carbon dioxide is not there.
Yes.
Imagine what happens if the epiglottis is not there. What happens if the mucus is not there. Already some textual questions also there. So, they have to answer on their own, so that write all the answers on the blackboard, so that they will learn more things about each concept related to the second academic standard. And coming to the experimentation and field investigations. In this, already I mentioned, you need to do the experiments or activities in the classroom, otherwise it is difficult to answer those questions. Questions may be asked, the 4 marks questions, 2 marks questions, 1 mark and half mark questions may be asked from this academic standard 3. They may be asked aim, may be asked procedure, may be asked apparatus, may be asked what are observations, may be asked inference and precautions. And sometimes questions based on the laboratory experiment as well as the so many activities are given in your textbook, those also will be converted into third academic standard, and they will also ask in the examination. See one or two examples for this academic standard. What is the peristaltic movement? Explain the food movement in the alimentary canal comparing with the experiment of the moving potato in a cycle tube. See here, this is a small activity given in the textbook. It can be converted and it can be given as a experimental question. And there is one more, in an experiment of anaerobic respiration with yeast, why was liquid paraffin is poured on the glucose? Write procedure, observations, precautions to be taken to complete this experiment.
Maybe sometimes the diagram of the experiment may be given, and they want to get what we call the inference and observation and aim and procedure from that one only.
Sure. If it is this question comes under academic standard 3. If they want to convert this question into academic standard 4, diagram may be given, and based on the information provided in the
information only we have
paper,
to write.
Or if they give diagram based on that one, they can ask the questions based on given diagram. Okay. And fourth one is information skills. Information can be given in the form of tables. So many tables are given in your textbook, from the right from the first chapter to last chapter. You can find more tables in the 10th chapter. Okay. Many pie graphs are there.
Fossil fuels, pie graph is there, and underground water.
One more thing, pie graph is the cell cycle is there.
Yes.
Line graphs are there, and line graphs especially concentration of the lactic acid in a blood and time period.
Plotting of graphs.
Yeah. Yes. Paragraphs and flowcharts, diagram based. These all the information can be given in so many forms, and based on the information, the questions can be asked.
Sir, is there any probability or is there any choice of getting these information tables from the last lesson, that is environment our concern?
Yeah, definitely, because all 5 tables are altogether are there.
Yes.
If 5 tables, from 5 tables there is a scope of giving, if they want to any paper setter want to give 4 marks questions from the last chapter, there is a scope of taking the any one of these 5 tables, and they may ask the questions based on the information provided there. Sometimes for 2 marks they may give some table, the information missing, and they may ask you to fill that information appropriately.
Blank.
Okay. And communication through drawing. In this, it can be given for 2 marks, 1 mark and half mark. In this, you have to draw the diagrams, you have to label it, and you have to write the function of any one of the part. Sometimes if they are given for 1 mark, they will give diagram and you have to label the parts for given diagrams. Draw the pictures that shows the arrangement of the equipment in the experiments. Sometimes block diagrams. The block diagrams are you have block diagrams in the chapter 1 as well as in the
bits also sometimes giving, sir. Communication and drawing also giving, and bits also.
Yeah.
Based on phototrophism and sometimes the symbol of sustainable development and the symbol of red ribbon.
Yeah.
What does this symbol indicate?
In
like
bits,
that?
they will ask you to recognize those things.
Yes.
Recognize the any organelle or any diagram, or sometimes they label the parts with X or Y or AB, and they ask to find out what are those parts.
So we should communicate to each and every student that every
Yeah,
diagram is essential.
Every diagram is essential. Every function of the each part is also important.
Yes.
And flow charts. Many children confused with the flow charts. Nothing. Nothing. It's not a big deal. If you know any process, put all the incidents or all major steps in a sequential manner. What we call, that is called flow chart. Okay. And pie diagrams, many pie diagrams are there. Okay. Sometimes drawing creative pictures and diagrams may not be, they are not asking, and making alternative equipment or alternative arrangements. Sometimes they may ask in the half mark MCQ questions, and
instead of using a particular equipment, how do you use the locally available equipment?
Yeah, sometimes they may show with the locally available arrangement, and they ask what is the aim of this apparatus, what is the aim of this experiment. So children are able to utilize those, utilize those alternative apparatus as well as experiments too. Sometimes they arranging the different lab equipment, some of the questions are there. Arrangement of different lab equipment are there. Whenever you are attempting the 4 marks questions, please students, you draw the well labeled diagram for it. Okay. And TS of leaf, structure of mitochondria, structure of internal structure and external structure of heart, chloroplast, excretory system, nephrons, neuron, nerve cells, parts of brain. Like this, we have almost 22, 23 diagrams are there. All those diagrams are very simple, and you practice, you will get all 4 marks, which is allotted to the academic standard.
So one more thing, sir. How do you convert, supposed to convert the particular concept into different academic standards?
Okay, let us discuss, and let me complete this one.
Yes.
Some more diagrams are there. In the reproduction system, male and female, already LSF male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and labeling. Longitudinal section of the flower. Longitudinal section labeling was given in the March 2015 examination. Fertilization diagrams are there, structure of ovule, female gametophyte, and fission, budding in the yeast, fragmentation, structure of the pollen grain, different stages in mitosis and meiosis, and all these are the diagrams are there. And if you all those are simple, you need to draw technically correct.
Yes.
No need to draw very artistically, and you will get full marks.
Next, sir.
And
actually, this aesthetic sense and values is there, no, sir? While teaching the lesson itself,
yeah.
We have to inculcate to the students that what is the importance of photosynthesis, what is
Yeah,
the importance
definitely.
of respiration,
Yeah.
and how do we protect our lungs, how to protect our human heart, and what are the various materials which are usually taken by us or which are unusually taken by us are causing several what we call ailments or disorders in our body, so that they could have certain knowledge of protecting their own bodily mechanism or bodily organs, and it will develop an aesthetic sense, so that they will value the particular organ and its function, no, sir?
Yeah.
Like
And
that, if we develop, they can make, or certainly they can frame certain questions. I think it's.
And okay, absolutely. While teaching the NCF says that the purpose of studying the each chapter, student should know. Let us take example nutrition. After knowing all the different kinds of nutritions in the plants as well as animals, different kinds of foods, the components present in the food, what is the purpose of learning this one? Means you have to avoid the junk food. The student should know the where we get the very nutrient food. What are the good food habits? What is obesity? What is marasmus? All these things they should know, and they should, in the daily life utility, they should implement those things. Otherwise, it's of no use. And in the same manner, in the 4th chapter, we introduce the organ donation. Okay. The chapter related to the only kidney, but whereas we introduced the organ donation, but nowadays it's becoming very
in
familiar.
organ donation also, can we expect any question from an exam, that is what is cadaver transplantation?
No. See, children, box items, do you know, and annexers. From these two, you won't get straight away questions.
Yes.
If anybody wants to take as a information they can take, they can be, the questions can be given from that under academic standard 4. So, they will provide information.
And also in every chapter, a clear detail or a complete picture of one of the scientists or his findouts or whatever his brief history or biography is given.
Yeah.
And most of the students are also trying to learn more about them. It is very good for them to learn additional information. Can we expect any question from the scientists also?
The purpose of the purpose of giving the science history is to know how much time it took to invent all those things. Yes. And the scientists are very keen about, they are very patiently, they are doing their research work to find out all these things. And moreover, straight away questions they won't ask from this one. To actually, the purpose of the introduction is to inculcate the enthusiasm among the children towards the science research.
Actually, why I am asking, sir, about August Wiseman, it was given in mitosis, no, sir.
Yeah.
Even though he is an hearing impaired person, he has shown much concentration towards the scientific impacts and the mitosis and its development. And moreover, he has given one theory also, no, germplasm theory.
Yeah.
So, his importance was there. Is there any expectation that leaving apart from that germplasm theory, whether any question from this mitosis based on the August Wiseman?
Yeah, last time one question is asked on the if the Wiseman,
yes,
how he proves the Lamarckism is wrong.
Yes, he disapproved that.
Disapproved
theory,
that
yes.
it is
inheritance of
only
characters.
it's a matter of 2 marks question was asked. That's it.
Yes.
But we won't ask any questions from the annexers and box items to give the additional information to the students as well as the teachers.
Okay, sir. Would you please give the information about how to convert one concept into multiple dimension? I mean, different academic standards.
Yeah, let me complete the aesthetic sense and
Yes.
appreciation values
Yes,
and
you
daily
can-
life,
you
last
can,
academic standard, which is very, very important part of our science. If you come after completion of the water chapter, if your students are able to go and stop the water wastage, you are successful, instead of by hearting and writing all the sources and all these things.
Yes, that is what daily.
Yeah. And if you after completion of the energy resources, if somebody students from your 9th class went after leaving the class, they went to the classroom and they switch off all the fans and lights, that is successful.
Yes.
Okay, that is we are expecting from the science. Okay, and they recognizes the this academic standard emphasizes on the recognition of the issues related to the nature, appreciating the working of different scientists, and appreciating the working and functioning of the different parts of your body. And sometimes you have to prepare many slogans about many social issues. pamphlets,
Let's also.
and preparation of the symposium, preparation of songs, poems,
Poems,
and
poetry.
cartoons too. Okay. Nowadays, nobody is asking. I mean, in our question paper, we ask the
Till then
appreciate
we
those.
are not, I think only slogans are coming.
Yeah, slogans are
maybe
coming.
this time we can expect pamphlets or symposium. I think it's
Yeah, maybe. And sometimes see some of these questions related to the academic standard 6 on your screen. Write slogans on female feticides, organ donation, HIV AIDS prevention, soil erosion, child marriages, conservation of water, changes in food habits or lifestyles to keep different organs healthy. This last part is related to the chapter 1 to chapter 7. Okay. Maybe because it comes under daily life utility. Sometimes you will give advices or suggestions to your friends on different edema, junk food, and conducting of different kinds of activities to eradicate the already mentioned child marriages, prevention of AIDS, eradication of the different kinds of pollutions. Okay, the questions may be asked on this one.
Yes, that is what I am supposed to expect from that time. How to write the examination? Why? Because most of the questions in the present day CC pattern are from different concepts, and they may be in a different angles. That is, multidimensional questions are coming, and the student somewhat confusing. He know the concept, but he is not able to get the inner core of that particular concept. So how do you supposed to make or convert your concept into different academic standards, and there itself the answer lies. So Avasa will explain how to convert that.
Okay, first of all, how to write the examination. Actually, if you take the +2 intermediate, they will straight away they will get the questions from the academic book. They won't change a single phrase or sentence or single word from the each chapter. But whereas we are not supposed to give any questions from the back side of the each chapter, but we have to change those questions. So whenever the question paper given to you in the examination, read thoroughly question paper once or twice, because 15 minutes are allotted to you for reading and understanding the question paper, and begin the answers whichever you know better or whichever you know very well. You begin with that answer.
Sir, suppose I have one doubt in this regard, sir.
Okay.
So we have 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, and essay questions now.
Yeah.
And if any student is supposed to want to write sequentially, somewhere he felt that one of the question is not in his conscious, and after some time he want to write, and he will leave a blank in that particular place, and he will continue to write, and after some time again he will write.
Okay.
If he is a student who is what we call a meritorious or a creamy student, sometimes it happens to them. So is it convenient for them to write?
No, it's not advisable.
sequential?
See,
Yes.
you begin with the whichever answer you know very well. Okay. Likewise, you from question number 1 to 20, 14. Is it 14?
Yeah,
Last
yeah,
question is
yeah,
14.
14. Not for 17.
17, right. 17, up to 17 questions. Whichever you answer know better, you write first. Whichever you don't know, you have some doubts, you leave it for last, so that you need to mention the number and you can write answer straight away.
For the past times we have one myth, sir, that is the student who is writing sequentially and who is giving all answers is only the meritorious student, is a myth in the evaluation camps and spot evaluation camps where the SSC papers are valued, and sometimes they observe how wonder it is, all the questions are 1 mark, 2 marks are attempted. So he might be a good student, and as usual he will go on correct that paper and he will give complete marks, and those students who are meritorious and he is not able to give that particular answer in a sequential way, and he start that answer from certain question that may be 11th or 12th like that, and somehow he is not getting by marks or person.
No, see, I don't know how the myth went into the children's mind and teacher's mind. It's not like that.
Yes.
Whatever you know the better answers, you write. You prefer to write firstly. Okay. No need to follow the sequence number 1 to number 17. You straight away begin with whichever answer you know better. Okay. No need to. The only thing is, under academic standard 4, the paragraph will be given. There you have to write 4 questions. Kindly write all 4 answers at one place, so that it's easy to.
That particular section answer should be at one place.
Yeah, 4 questions will be
4
there.
questions will be.
There are the 4 answers.
They should be at one place.
Only. Otherwise, you can change sequence. Doesn't matter. Okay, and whenever you are writing, if you have a blue or black pen, you try to underline the keywords of that particular answer. Without the keywords, if you write cock and bull stories, you won't get marks at all.
So at least if mitosis question is given, sir.
Yeah.
Define mitosis, or what process is involved in healing of wounds, like that, an indirect question.
Yeah.
Given, and what are the stages, and try to give in
okay,
in form of
let us take
information
example stages of mitosis given for 1 mark. You need to write names of 4 stages only, or 4 or 5 stages only.
Only names.
Names only.
Yes.
One for 1 mark.
Names 1 mark. Yes.
Yeah. And if it given for 2 marks, if you ask for any description about the single stage, you have to mention the changes in particular
Stages.
phrase, prophrase or
Yes.
metaphrase. You have to
If it is
write
essay question,
essay question, you have to give detail manner of all 4 stages.
he has to give the detailed information, diagrams.
No
along
need.
with it,
No. If you ask the explain with the help of diagram, then only you have to draw
Yes.
diagram. And for a precautionary wise, I am telling advising the students to draw as well as write, so that your 4 marks won't go anywhere.
Anyway.
And while answering the 4 marks questions, definitely you draw. Even though paper setter won't ask for a diagram, you have to draw diagram compulsory. And just now you asked how to convert the one concept into different academic standard questions. Here I have taken the concept of internal structure of the heart. First one is AS1 question, describe the internal structure of the heart. If you want to convert into second question, second academic standard, what happens if valves are absent in the heart?
It is a hypothesis.
Hypothesis question.
Yes.
Okay. And can you prepare AS2 children? Can you prepare AS2 one more question?
Like that we have to give.
Yeah. If you get a chance to doctor, what sort of questions you will ask about the internal or external structure of the heart? And academic standard 3, that is experimentation, write procedure to observe the internal structure of the goat heart. And coming to the academic standard 4, here the complete question was not given over here. Observe the following table, information containing the valves and their positions and functions.
So the table will be given there.
Table will
valves and their
in the examination you have to provide the table. Table should contain information related to different kinds of valves and their position and their function. They have to give information, and based on that information
they have to
they will ask 4 or 2 questions. Sometimes if the question is given for 2 marks, only 2 questions will be asked. If it is given for 4 marks, 4 questions will be given over here. And observe the 5th academic standard question, AS5, draw the internal structure of the heart and label its part. And what is the function of the mitral valve? See here, for 2 marks the question will be given. For drawing and labeling, 1.5 mark. Drawing internal structure of the heart, they will allot 1 mark. For labeling any 4 parts, no need to write all the
any 4 parts.
Any 4 parts. In the principles of evaluation, they will give like the indicators. And what is the function of the mitral valve? You have to write the main function of the function of the mitral valve. You will get half mark. The mitral valve. Because the academic standard itself is saying that communication through drawing, not drawing only. That is why he is able to communicate through drawing something. And if you convert into academic standard 6, what type of lifestyle you will adopt to keep away from cardiac problems? You have to, this is you have to write on your own what type of food you will eat, what type of lifestyle you will follow, how you will manage all these things to keep away from the cardiac problems. See, like that you can convert all major concepts are there in your, many major concepts are there in your textbook. Try to convert each concept into different academic standards, so that if you get any type of question in the examinations, you will easily able to answer those questions.
So, unit wise analysis,
Yeah.
what are the focus points of every unit?
Yeah, I request all the teachers kindly go through once the all 4 public examination papers, that is March 2015 March paper and June 2015 and March 2016 and June 2016. Some of the changes occur in the last workshop before the paper setting, that many concepts are covered in all 4 question papers. Many concepts are left over. Please try to label it or try to find out those concepts which are not already covered in the all 4 question papers. And
They have to analyze that 4
definitely.
question papers, and we they can easily conclude with certain missing factors which are there.
Let us take example about the first chapter, nutrition. You can see on the screen, hydrolyte experiment was given, and vitamins was given. It was given as a AS4 question. Based on the information, they have asked several questions, and AS3 question, presence of starch in the leaves. And one more question is also given in AS3,
photosynthesis versus respiration.
no, it's not like this. Presence of, okay, CO2 is essential for photosynthesis also given, and one more concept, photosynthesis versus respiration was given, and these are questions already covered in the first chapter. The remaining concepts are light reaction, dark reaction. These 2 concepts may be given in differently.
They are not covered till now.
Yeah,
So
in
we
the
can
public
expect
examination
these, light
paper,
reaction,
public
dark
examination, they are not covered.
Yes.
They may be given like this, explain the light dependent
And light
reactions with the help of flowchart.
Project.
Compare the light reaction with the dark reaction, or write the different steps in the dark reaction, or they may ask together, right, about
dependent and light independent reactions.
Okay. And one more, light is essential for photosynthesis is not covered in the previous question papers. You can concentrate on it. And parasitic nutrition in Kaskuta,
It's also not covered in the question form.
Yeah,
Only
CO2
bits,
essential for photosynthesis. Already once they covered in
bits,
in
I think.
bits, I think.
Astoria like that.
And structure of the chloroplast and
Marasmus, malnutrition.
and kwashiorkor. In this again they may be asked the bits from the vitamins,
also.
because sometimes they will give the characteristic features of different diseases, and they ask the
Sir, is there any chance of that TS of leaf?
yeah, there is a chance.
Why? Because this past 2 years we are not been supposed to go through that particular diagram, and now we can expect.
In the old book, it is very important diagram. In
But
the old
now
textbook,
the priority has been.
yeah, and many teachers demanded the diagram. We introduced the diagram, and not only that one. After that, there is no connection between the diagram and content. Last time there is we established a small connection to the diagram.
Okay.
One phone call is there, and we will see that one.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who is that? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Tell me.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell me, Amma.
I'm Deepika from Matampalli, sir.
From Matampalli.
Okay, tell me what your question.
What is your doubt? Tell.
Sir, could you please suggest
how can we practice pi diagram?
How can you practice pi diagrams? Hello?
Sir,
Pi diagrams or phi diagrams? Could you please repeat your question, Amma?
could you please suggest how can we practice pi diagrams?
Pi diagrams.
Pi diagrams, okay. See, that type of question so far not given in your examination. Amma. If some information given to you, if you ask you to draw a pi diagram, let us take example, resources are there. Okay. If you know the mathematics or otherwise if you know this one, you can represent this is you can draw the rough diagram only. There is no need to draw a accurate angle like this. You can draw the circle and you can mention the you have to convert those percentage into 360 degrees. Then you can draw those things and you have to represent with them.
So, there are 3 pie charts are there, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, mostly no need to draw, no need to practice those pi diagrams.
Percentage,
Based on the information given in the pi diagrams, questions will be asked.
yes.
Okay. And
Hello?
Hello sir, this is Raviteja sir from Damapeta sir.
Hello, Raviteja from Damapeta. What is your question?
Sir, I have one doubt. If any questions asked in direct sir,
If any questions?
ask in direct sir.
Yes, of course. Direct questions are there, no? From conceptual understanding, we have 40%. Sir.
okay, Raviteja.
And in which concepts they are asking sir?
Yeah, see, let us take example differences between these two things. For example, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration,
Yes sir.
and we cannot change that question.
Yes sir.
We have to, if you want to give the same concept in a different form, it's a very difficult to understand that question itself. That's why for differences, giving reasons, we straight away we are giving those questions.
Citing examples,
Examples too, yeah.
explanation, define, these are all.
The remaining we will do in a different form. That's it.
Is there any 4 marks question sir?
Yeah, 4 marks questions. No, 4 marks questions we will give in a little different shape. Okay. Let us take example mitochondria. Describe the structure of mitochondria. Instead of that one, what is powerhouse of cell? Describe its structure. Same, just the formation of the question will be changed, not much more. All right.
Very little bit of change is there sir.
Come again, Amma?
Would you please repeat what is the doubt?
It's very little bit of change is there sir.
In which?
Mitochondria, like if you take any ideal plant, it release the oxygen or not? This type of questions are not.
What type of? No, we are not supposed to get you what you want to ask. You clearly, you can ask clearly. You are confusing.
Later I will call you sir.
Okay. Let us take example in the meanwhile nutrition chapter. You observe on the screen. Marasmus is there, kwashiorkor is there, obesity is there. The many concepts are there, and you may get questions from these chapters. And repeated concepts may not be asked. And one more concept is there in the nutrition. Digestive enzymes are there. The digestive enzyme from you will get digestive enzymes. You may get direct questions. Sometimes, see, instead of asking direct question, the questions may be asked like this. The Ramu ate dal in the morning. What changes does it occur in the mouth, intestine, and as well as small intestine, duodenum, like this?
The pH values.
No,
difference
no. If somebody ate
the food material, what changes
dal
occur?
in the morning, what changes does it occur in mouth and intestine,
Small
duodenum, and small intestine?
intestine.
The student should know the dal contains proteins. So, what kind of changes does it take place in mouth? What type of changes take in the digestive system and intestine and all these things you should know, and then only you can write answers. Okay, this is the small changes you will get in the questions forms. And one more thing, coming to the second chapter, chapter wise analysis, and already concepts are you see on the screen. concepts already covered is heat liberated during the respiration. The experiment is given several times. The passage of air in the respiratory tract with the help of the flow chart is given. And one more thing, the concepts to be covered, the graph which is already mentioned, it may be asked in under AS4 academic standard. Lactic acid, the concentration of the lactic acid in the blood versus time period graph, it may be given as information, and based on that information the questions may be asked. This is a very important question in this chapter. That's, yeah, tell me Emma. Hello.
Sir, this is Vinekman Seru.
Yeah.
From Tamapet.
Yeah.
Khammam.
Yeah.
Sir, would you suggest easy tips to gain marks in question paper?
Yeah, we are trying all these easy tips only.
That is
Emma.
what going on now.
So that is
How
what
to-
going
how
on.
to get marks in every academic standard.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in questions, while we writing the question answers,
Yeah.
writing as a point is good or writing as a passage is good?
Yeah, it's very advisable to write your answer in point wise instead of paragraph.
Yes, sir.
And while you are writing, you underline the keywords. It's a very important one. If you underline all the keywords, if you write all the points, you will get
Right.
full marks.
Okay, thanks.
Once you see on your screen, respiration. In the respiration already we mentioned, and already you mentioned structure of the powerhouse of the cell with the help of the diagram. And one more concept which is not covered, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration in that chapter. And not only that one, many small concepts are there. Mitochondria diagram is one of the important one. One more concept is there, anaerobic respiration. The experiment with the yeast is one of the important diagrams already, which is given in the March 2015, but they may be asked in AS3 this time. And fermentation, one of the concept, and one more concept which is not covered is combustion versus respiration differences, and one more is production of energy, observing the changes during the combustion of sugar. And one more thing is the respiration in plants, which is not covered in the previously from this chapter. And children mind that the concept covered also can be given with a different shape, but you please kindly focus on concepts to be still to be covered in the examination. Coming to the third chapter, structure of the heart is given already. The heart valves and their position is already given in the 2016 examination. Absorption of water through the osmosis by the root hairs is given in 15. Coagulation of blood with the help of the flow chart is given, and transpiration is given as a diagram. They have given the diagram and they asked what is the phenomena going in this one. And the AS3, one more important concept related to this chapter is heart dissection procedure. It may be given in the AS3 academic standard, and the difference between the xylem and phloem is not covered, and evolution of circulatory system is not covered. And this time I think the cardiac cycle with
Better to
flow
suggest
chart
that,
is
sir. Better to we suggest that the circulatory system is there, no, sir, in the table form.
cardiac cycle with the flow chart is very important one. And one more thing is root exerts pressure. These concepts are not covered in the previously.
Yes.
Please focus on these concepts in the third chapter. And coming to the fourth chapter, many questions covered in the previous 4 papers. Stages in urine formation and AS1, alkaloids, blood and urine reports, they are both are given under the AS4. Structure of the nephron with the help of the diagram. Many questions are covered in this excretion chapter, and which are not, the concepts which are not covered in this chapter are hemodialysis, very important one, and this time you can expect this question, and accessory excretory organs too. and
Table form, that is, no, sir.
accessory
Accessory,
no, it was given in the paragraphs only.
Okay.
And AS4 already several times you got alkaloids, and this time you may get secondary metabolites, latex resins. This
Name may be changed.
this may be given, they may prepare new table information based on the secondary metabolites, and questions may be asked based on this one. And from this
Same, that is the secondary say metabolites are nothing but alkalides now. The other name for that particular alkaloid.
remaining also are there,
Yes, resins,
and
tannins,
all are
gums,
there. And one more important in this chapter is LS of kidney,
Yes.
and procedure of dissection of goats kidney also is there, and no experiments are there in the 4th chapter. This is one which we can expect in the next examination. Coming to the 6th chapter, already mitosis stages are already covered, prophase is covered, vegetative reproduction methods, mitosis phases, they are covered already in the previous question papers, and in the diagrams human sperm and embryo sac is covered, and AS4 the vegetative type and different types of vegetative reproductions are given in the previous question paper, reproduction and cell cycle also given, life cycle of the flowering plants also given in the previous papers, LS of flower, labeling was given in the 2015, only labeling and the importance of function of the one of the labeled part. And you can expect from this time from the reproduction, AS3 observation of the rhizopus and pollen grain, and male and female reproductive systems with the help of diagrams, sporophyll and different kinds of asexual reproductions, and in this you will get there is a chance of getting question from the AS6 academic standard, because female feticide, child marriage, prevention of AIDS, they may ask slogans, they may ask the different kinds of steps, what type
Act.
of
Act also.
Act also, they will ask many questions based on the 6th chapter. And 5th one, control and coordination, and functions of the brain already covered, doubts about the pancreas and under academic standard 2, one more question based on the endocrine glands, AS2, importance of the adrenal gland also given in the previous papers, hormones, difference between the hormones and enzymes was given for 2 marks in the last paper, movements in the plants, nastic movements was given in the previous paper, phytohormones and endocrine glands, both information given in the form of tables from this chapter. The concepts to be you can expect from this time, you can structure of the brain with the help of the diagram, structure of the neuron and reflex arc also you can expect from this time, observing and holding the releasing of the scale experiment, and you can write your observations from that one experiment. And what happens, meiosis does not takes place, already covered, mitosis versus meiosis already covered, formation of seed from the ovule was already covered, and you can expect to draw the life cycle of the flowering plant or flow chart can be you can expect this time. Difference between the asexual sexual reproduction and female gametophyte can be asked under AS5, and coordination in the life process, leaf experiment is asked and it was wrongly, peristalsis with the cycle tube and potato, action of saliva on the atta, different kinds of teeth and shape functions already these are all covered, and concepts second brain and its functions and action of saliva may be asked this time. And in the hereditary chapter you can expect homologous organs, analogous organs, natural selection, and monohybrid cross you can expect from this time.
Essay question, sir?
Yeah, essay question.
Essay question.
Already sex determination they can ask twice, and why Mendel choose pea plant for his experiments, phenotype, genotype already asked. Okay, and explain the monohybrid ratio with the help of the checkerboard. Already they covered these concepts. Okay, and our environment, the pyramid of number is given, biomass is given. The only in this chapter we have only 3 concepts: pyramid of number, biomass, and energy. You can expect this time pyramid of energy and food web, and in food chains one missing
What
one
happens
trophic
if
level. Yeah,
one trophic
what
level
happens if the
misses?
producers are primary consumers or secondary consumers removed from the chain? They may ask any time, any type of questions. And groundwater conservation and small and big farmer versus income in the last chapter. This is the last related to the last chapter. And why pyramids are always upright?
There is only one inverted pyramid, I think, that is
Yeah.
aquatic.
And developmental activities by the INCRISAT at the Kottapalli and related to the 4 Rs. These concepts can be given in this one. And from environmental science you will get for 3 marks questions. These 3 marks questions you will get from the 9th and 10th chapter itself. So, you can get the concepts from that one. Once you see the indicators, you can understand how to write these examination in the exam. See, name, flow chart, description of the flow chart. Here the pyramid of biomass is given for 2 marks. Okay. One flow chart is given in the question paper and they ask you to identify that one and write about the description about the flow chart. For naming, half mark, and describing about that flow chart is 1.5 mark. And one more question, creativity and related to the questions is why blood does not clot in some persons. This question, the question is writes, if you met a doctor, write about the blood clotting, ask write some questions about blood clotting.
Why blood clots?
Yeah, if they given for the 2 marks, you have to write 4 questions. If it given for 1 mark, you have to write only 2 questions is sufficient. Let us take example, drawing skills. Here for drawing the diagram 1 mark, for labeling any 3 parts, okay, any 3 parts or any 2, sometimes they may ask 2 parts or 4 parts, you will get 1 mark. For labeling and drawing 2 marks. See the first question, analysis and consent for the natural resources. Okay, if we cut the trees, they will grow again and we use forest. See here the question is whether the forest is a renewable resource or not. For that, if you support, you have to write yes and you have to write reasons. If you support no, you have to write the no for your reasons. And see hydrolysis experiment. For the experiment, they will allotment of marks like this. For material apparatus 1 mark, procedure arrangement of the apparatus 2 marks, observations 1 mark. Like this, the marks will be allotted for
procedure
your
is
answer.
main here.
Yeah, procedure 2 marks, and you have to write all the steps, okay, in sequential manner. Then only you will get. See, if any relevant points added to the answer may be considered. Award full marks for diagram and procedure also. If the students they didn't mention the apparatus and inference, even if he draws the diagram, if he writes the procedure, he will get full marks.
Full marks.
So, that is why as students I request all the students to write and draw the diagram for 4 marks. Okay. And here based on this answer is based on the experiment. Anaerobic experiment is given, some questions are asked. Based on those questions, the answers are, the marks allotment will be like this.
See that 8 points are there.
Yeah.
8 points, no sir?
Yeah.
At least minimum 8 points are required.
Okay. And children, please, nobody, it is very hard to fail in the biology. I repeat, it is very difficult to fail in the biology. It is only a scoring subject. Okay. If you put interest, if you put enthusiasm towards your subject, if you like the subject more, you please read the textbook, you follow your instructions of your teachers and try to get good marks. Thank you.
Thank you, Taj Babu sir. Children, Saros, I think you are very much inspired by this tips given by our SK Taj Babu sir, and I would like to suggest you that we are going to face the annual examinations, and no one is not as inferior as they think themselves, and I would like to suggest you people that out of 10 commandments I like 2 commandments very much. Of course, I like all those commandments, but I like these 2 commandments very much, that is, I shall be the leader wherever I am. So, you never think yourself as one of the backbench student, you just come forward and you should treat yourself as one of the leader. As you treat yourself as a leader, you can achieve anything. Never underestimate yourself. And another thing is, I shall do what I love and be different. First of all, we have to love everything which you are inspired, or everything which you ought to go in your future life, that is nothing but studies. People, children, you all know that our secretary sir is striving hard for the children who are in our residential schools, and he is what we call, I am not able to define him. Why? Because he is struggling a lot to get, or to give you a supposed to give you a position in the society that nobody could be in a certain way who are lag behind as in the past. So, that is what I suggest you people. And one more thing, these are the tips for the students, those who want to achieve 10 by 10 GPA. Not, it is also very essential to the students, those who are striving hard in the biology subject, and I am immensely and proudly saying that all our sparrows will go through the suggestions which were already given by our SK Taj Babu sir, and wish you all the best for the forthcoming 10th class examinations. And I am very thankful to our secretary sir, Deputy Secretary Academic Madam Geeta Lakshmi Garu, and our Mutyam Rao sir, that they have given an opportunity to us to give a good part of suggestions before the children are going to face the annual examinations. And I am very thankful to our society also. Children, don't think yourself as inferior, and I suggest that you are the leader and you are going to lead the world. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.